So in this video, I want to talk about something very important, a very important subject, and that is the subject of mental health and mental well-being. And it's a subject area that is affecting more and more people, or it's being given more and more prominence now. There's more media attention about mental health and mental well-being, and it's so important. And in this video, I want to give you my thoughts on this area and give you some food for thought in terms of some solutions to gaining better mental well-being and better mental health. But first of all, I'd just like to say that I think it's an area that is gaining less stigma, which is a very good thing. There's not so much of a taboo, and more people are talking about mental health and mental well-being, and that's only a good thing. And we need to talk about this subject more because too many people are suffering from stress, from anxiety, from depression, from minor to major forms of mental health issues. And it's such an important area because it's affecting young people and even children. Now, even in primary schools, they're bringing specialists in to help younger children in primary school actually deal with stress, anxiety, and work on their mental well-being. So it's so important, and especially in the world that we live in today, I think that we're under tremendous pressure in so many ways, and it's an increasing phenomenon. And I'd like to give you my thoughts on this. And how I would like to talk about mental health and mental well-being is the connection between the mind and the body, the psychosomatic connection. Because if we think about it, there is a connection between the mind and the body. And I want to share with you a poem that I wrote. I wrote this in my younger days, and it's a poem that I came across. And I'll just read it to you because it illustrates this connection between mind and body. So important. So it goes like this. The body is a reflection of our mind. Unwholesome thoughts in the mind cause an unwholesome body to manifest. When our speech is cutting and our mind is filled with conflict, the mind becomes a battleground of boiling blood and toxic chemicals. When we narrow our vision, our arteries can also narrow. When we hold back our love, oxygen to our vital organs can also be held back. Anger and hate, grudges and revenge reveal themselves in the aches and pains of our body. The heartbreak of yesterday still living today in the lines of our face. When we hold a heavy heart, the beating of our hearts become heavier. The healthiest thing you can do for your heart is to let go and be light-hearted. If you cannot breathe easily in life, ask yourself, what am I holding on to? What do I need to let go of? And it's a poem that I entitled Body Reflection. And in this poem, I'm giving the idea that there is a definite connection between our emotions and our body. And there's a famous case where there were two groups of patients, and researchers, they sort of separated these two groups, and these patients had similar ailments, back problems, chronic pain, that sort of a thing. And one group, they prescribed just normal medicine. And the other group who had these ailments, these back pains and these aches and pains in their body, they put them on a course to sort of let go of certain negative emotions, things like grudges. It was almost like a course of forgiveness, right? And not sort of forgive somebody for their sake, but forgive somebody for your sake, for your own health. And part of that course involved them very much getting in touch with their body and learning how to breathe and let go of certain emotions. And they let go of these things, and they found that this group, that had sort of been prescribed forgiveness, their aches and pains, chronic back pain and these sorts of things that have been, these people have been suffering from for a very long time, actually healed. Amazing thing, right? Because they'd let go of the emotion, and the emotion and that strain was actually manifesting itself in a physical symptom. So there's this psychosomatic connection between our mind and our body. And it's so important, because what's happening now, even in the workplace, so many people are leaving their work because of stress-related illnesses, because of something to do with an illness related to their mental well-being, a physical illness that's related to their mental well-being. And companies, that have a high employee turnover, one of the major reasons is stress-related illnesses. And it's a good thing that corporations and organizations and companies are waking up to the importance of mental well-being in the workplace. It's one of the workshops that I deliver quite often now. And the thing that I always say is there's a psychosomatic connection, there's a mind-body connection. And the way to actually tackle this is to actually understand that the body and our physical health is very, very important, right? Sometimes we want to affect the mind. We want to deal with our anxiety and our stress and our negative thoughts, and we're very cerebral about it. We try and do it on a very, through talking and analysis and all this sort of stuff. I'm not saying that that's not important, but one of the most powerful ways that I have found personally to help me deal with stress and anxiety and all of these sorts of things and help my own personal mental well-being is actually to get in touch with your body, to actually do some movement or exercise. One of the most powerful things you can do is actually go for a walk. Even if you don't exercise, it's great if you can exercise and you can go for a run. You can, punch a boxing bag. You can do something that gets you into your body, your thing, dance, whatever it is for you, right? But even if you can't do those things, to go for a walk in nature can be so powerful, right? Nature specific, but if there's not nature around you, you can just go for a walk anywhere, but it gets you moving. It gets you into your body, right? It's very, very powerful. And some people, they have, their mental well-being is so bad that they can't even get out of bed. They're not even motivated to go for a walk. And what I would say to those people, and in those situations, do something that gets you moving, even if it's just some movement, right? Just moving your arms, just ten deep breaths, right? And just notice the difference if you do it, if you do these things, right? Because there is a mind-body connection. And one of the greatest things that we can do for our mental well-being and our mental health is some sort of physical movement or exercise, or go for a walk, but get in touch with our body and look after ourselves, because it's a form of self-care, right? Our mental well-being suffers when we don't actually look after ourselves, right? When we don't look after our physical body. So the body and the mind are connected. There's a psychosomatic connection. And one of the greatest things that you can do for your mental health and mental well-being is to get in touch with your body, ideally through exercise. But if not exercise, then go for a walk. If you can't go for a walk, then just learn to just move in your house and breathe. And I hope that will help you deal with any anxiety or stress that you may be experiencing in your life, and help you to have better mental health. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you.